Morning, Mrs. Fillory. My name is Dashwood.
I told the agents not to send anyone else for the time being.
No, Detective Constable Dashwood, Sunhill Police.
That was a hideous thing.
Sorry?
The sign.
Oh, you don't have to have one of those things, you know. The estate agent can't insist.
Leaving no stone unturned, Ramsey.
Finding one, actually, Sarge. For his wheel. Disqualified driver lives up the road there. I want to catch him at it.
At what?
Driving. He's a minicab driver, works nights. Skipping at the moment. But if he moves his car, I'll know.
This is your route back to the CID, is it?
Ah, come on, Sarge. 3 convictions for drink driving.
You want to use chalk marks on the curb?
Here comes one, grey jacket. So how many's that then? 4 in, 3 out. How long was he in there? About half an hour, same as the rest. So number 4 will be out soon? Yeah. Wait first, shall we, before we... Yeah. You ever done this before, Tosh? No. You? No.
I don't suppose you've come to tell me you found my silverware.
No, I'm afraid not. But the Scenes of Crime officer has found a fingerprint. Well, at least a glove print. And a piece of plasticine on the bathroom window. I wonder if you could tell me about the people who viewed the house since you put it up for sale.
You're suggesting a prospective buyer is responsible.
A bogus prospective buyer, possibly. Can you recall any of the names?
Surely the estate agent will have them, won't they?
Well, yes, and I'll be going there next, Mrs. Fillory. But I'm interested in what you remember.
Now, all I really remember is a ghastly woman with a very loud voice telling her husband which walls she was going to have knocked down if they bought the place. I made up my mind there and then that they weren't going to have it.
A husband and wife? About what sort of age?
Fat, 50. Dyed hair, lots of vulgar jewellery. Looked like market traders. Yes, I'm a snob.
It's all right, Mrs. Fillory. So am I.
But what I suggest is you get the bloke to ring back in about an hour or so.
OK, Bob. I'll get back to him.
I've got a mugging in progress, Tom. Sierra Oscar, this is 9-2. Are you receiving?
Receiving 9-2.
Attack in beta way. White, male, mid-teens, medium build, fairish brown hair, red baseball jacket, blue jeans, green t-shirt. Female victim appears to be unhurt. Although I'm going to stay with the victim, all right, Tom? You all right, love?
Yeah.
Yeah? Got everything? You thumpy or anything?
No, I'm all right. Thanks.
Hey, hang on a second.
I said I'm all right. Honest, there's no need to bother. I'm going to be late for work.
Hey, wait, work can wait. You've just been mugged. Now, come on, where do you live?
Over the road.
Come on, then, let's get you home. Hey? Get you a cup of tea before we do anything else. What's your name?
Hebbard. Avril Hebbard.
Yeah, all right, Avril. Looks like you got your purse. Was there much in it?
10 quid, that's all.
No, it's enough. Which number?
Number 3.
What did he do? Did he come up behind you?
Good morning, Sergeant.
Morning, Clive. How's your life?
Much better than hers.
Shut up! It's none of your business.
Well, I hope she's not going to drop the price. People sometimes do if they've had a shock. Either that or they come off the market altogether.
You do realise hers is not the first house for sale to be burgled round here?
So what are you saying?
Nothing.
She's the first one on our books, anyway. D.A. Gunter was sole agents for 9 Regis Avenue.
Yeah, they gave me a list of the people who viewed it. I want to check it against the people that you've sent round to see Mrs. Fillory's place. Do you keep a record?
Of course. I wonder if I could interest you in a starter home. There are still a few left on the new Tanglethorne estate.
I'll be all right now, thanks.
No, I'll come in with you, make sure you're okay, yeah?
No, honestly, I'm all right.
I'll make you a cup of tea. Do it by myself. What's happened here, Mrs. Ebbett? Have you been burgled? Look, talk to me, love. I'm only trying to help you. Was it the same guy? Did he break in here first and then follow you out into the street? Mrs. Ebbett, are we looking for a burglar as well as a mugger, or what?
He's not a burglar and he's not a mugger. He's my son.
Number 4. It could be something quite innocent. Aromatherapy, for instance. Or reflexology.
You what?
A reflexology. So they massage your hands and feet and it cures a headache.
By massaging your feet?
It cures other things as well. Ken Melvin's girlfriend, who's a medical student, told me that if you...
Come on.
Depends which parts you press, that's all.
Neighbours do not complain about feet being massaged. Well, go on then.
Kim's massage parlour?
Yes.
Oh, you're the equipment salesman? No? Well, you look like an equipment salesman. Well, you do anyway.
No, love, just customers. We had a bit of trouble finding you. There's not a sign outside or anything.
No, well, I like to stay select. You know, just discreet adverts, word of mouth. Was it a massage you wanted, or...?
Yeah, just a massage, that's all.
Just a massage to start with, then see how you feel, eh? That'd be £10 each, please, dear.
I don't suppose you can lend us a tenner, can you, Jim? Please. Cheers, mate.
He's always fighting. It's the only time he's happy. You can tell he's been fighting when he comes in. He's all hyped up. Except when he's drunk, of course. And when he comes in, he's still looking for someone to block him. Someone to eat. Me.
He hits you then?
Punches, kicks. Has done since he was little. More now, of course. Especially when he wants money.
He didn't thump you this morning, though?
Just... Well, you've seen what he's done.
How old is he?
14. You blame me, don't you? I can tell. I've always done my best. I've given him all I could. I just ain't time. I'm not making excuses because I'm on my own. He's my son. I love him. I don't like the little sod anymore. But he's mine.
743, this is 92. Are you receiving? 743, this is 92. Are you receiving?
Receiving 9-2.
Are you still hanging around that car, Anthony?
No, Sarge, of course not.
Right, well, look, I want you to get yourself over to Miskin Manor High School and speak to the head, a Miss Gallimore, and make inquiries about a juvenile, Richard Stephen Hebbard. And if he's there, get him over to me. I'm at 3 Beta Way.
Well, what's it all about?
Assault and criminal damage. Apparently he thumps his mum.
Right.
Any problem, get back to me, yeah?
Understood.
Where are you going?
I'm going to be so late for work.
Mrs. Hebbard, I'd rather you wait till we found Richard. Ring work, tell them you won't be
We're
able
not
to...
on the phone.
Where is work?
I'm a dinner lady at my daughter's school. She's going to be worried sick if I don't turn
We can
up.
get a message to them.
No! It's none of their business. It's nobody's business.
Mrs. Hebbard, I want to see Richard here. I want to see him with you. And we've got people looking for him. Let's give it a few minutes, shall we? Come on. I'll help you tidy up. How old's your daughter?
10.
How does she get on with Richard?
Keeps out of his way. Laura's all right. Just an ordinary kid. I haven't brung her up any different. Why is he like this? Richard?
Why ain't you at work, you old slag? How many times have I...
Hello, Richard.
When Sergeant Cryer saw us arguing, Richie, he wanted to make sure everything was okay. That's why he come back home with me. Did you want a cup of tea? I can make a fresh pot.
No school today, Richard? I'm talking to you, Sonny.
Off sick, ain't I?
He's had a bit of a cold. Yeah.
87 from 530, receiving, over.
Receiving 530.
Yeah, Gov, not a lot of joy at Mason Ermage. I'm now making my way to Mega Homes. Yeah, I'll join you in the pub in the Britannia. As arranged, 10 minutes. Yeah?
Your shout, remember?
It's not, is it? Look, Gov, can you make that 20 minutes? I'm going to give the starter homes a miss.
It's all right. You wouldn't fit anyway. You have to be built like Quasimodo to live in one of these. Can you come in?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's this. A couple of names that weren't processed. Your list of prospective buyers.
Mr. and Mrs. Rudge. Just a phone number.
Yes, I remember they were staying in hotels. They'd just come back from being abroad.
So,
The number is a pub, and the pub have never heard of Mr. and Mrs. Rudge. One of my colleagues just called up to tell them about a new property.
can you remember what this Mr. and Mrs. Rudge looked like?
Cash buyers, 300 grand plus. You know, not a lot through the books type of people.
Fat and 50, dyed hair, lots of jewellery.
That's him.
Him?
I don't remember a lot about her except for her voice.
Loud, was it?
Mouth like the Dartford Tunnel.
And you've not seen or heard from them since?
Not a thing.
Ah. Tell me, Julie, are you leasehold, freehold, or vacant possession?
Under offer. But I'm quite happy to be gazumped.
Did you get those tapes you wanted?
Sold out, ain't they? You should give me the poxy money on Saturday like I asked.
Where are you going, Rich?
This room. Right! Don't you think you should help your mother clear up?
Well, seen him. Now you can leave us alone.
So you're not going to press charges for the damage done to the house?
Have him arrested. I brought him into this world. What chance has he got if his own mother has him nicked?
Mrs. Hebbard, the problem is not going to go away. Look, I'll tell you this. If I'd seen as much as a bruise on you out there in the street, I'd be running him in now.
Well, you didn't.
Have you got a social worker?
I haven't got a social worker. I don't need my life run for me, thanks very much. And I don't want my child taken into care. Do you know what they call the local children's home round here, do you? The rent office. 12-year-old girls on the game, and boys. And you think I should send him to that?
Well, it wasn't reflexology.
No.
I felt quite embarrassed. Well, you did as well. Yeah. I haven't changed my socks all week.
Right.
What? Hang on. I see one. Oh, dear.
Just dropped my motor round the corner. 50 quid for a tune-up. I'm in the wrong business. Right, is it a house of ill repute or what?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right then, well, you can come back this afternoon and nick the old slag.
I thought she was quite a nice sort of person, actually.
What, Kim Hammersley?
But it hardly seems fair, Gov. She's going to get nicked for providing a service, and the guys who demand the service get away scot-free.
Not if they've been with Kim Hammersley, they don't. Anyway, it's an arrest, Jim. Boost the clear-up rate. Come 1992, this will all be legit. In line with EEC regulations. You ever been to Amsterdam?
Amsterdam? Yeah. I went as a kid to visit the bulb fields.
Never mind. Drive on, Carver, I'll buy you a cherryade.
Call us if there's anything you can't handle, Mrs. Hebbert. That's all we ask. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not trying to split up anybody's family. We just don't like people being thumped. Okay?
Bye.
Bobby Swan.
What?
For these burglaries.
He retired to Spain. Vera told him to.
Mason Ermidge sent a dodgy-looking couple, fitting their description, round to Mrs. Fillery's place. Mega Homes have got a couple of the same description on their books. They're viewing 2 houses today under the name of Donnelly.
Now, look,
I've
Michael.
checked with Hollis. Rubber gloves and plasticine are definitely Bobby's MO.
He couldn't go up a drain pipe nowadays, not even with rent-a-god behind him.
You know son Jeff came out of stir last month.
The sudden graft that you will put in, Michael, just to avoid buying a round. All right, what time's the next appointment?
10 minutes from now.
Come on in, let's go.
Hello, it's Jim and Alf again.
Oh, back already, dear?
Hi.
All right, loves? Just me at the moment. Paula's just popped out for a yoghurt. For lunch.
Oh, look, I'm sorry about this, love, but, Kim Hammersley, I arrest you.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Paula said there was a smell. I'm too trusting, that's my trouble. You want to listen to irregular clients and all?
Oh, well, not really. You see, if you're keeping
A disorderly house, dear. That's what we was called in me mum's day. There you are. I'm very methodical.
Well, there's not much I can do about them. You see, in the eyes of the law, it's you that's guilty.
Yeah, well, the law's a man, innit? Well, go on, have a look. Be nosy. That's what you pay for.
We should have told her we were coppers. We might have got the discount.
Oh, now that is definitely a Bobby Swan type motor. Nice way to spend your retirement, sussing out other people's drums for the younger generation to turn over. Bobby Rudge Donnelly Swan. Go on, look at that Vera. Do you reckon he's going to miss her when he's back inside? Hello, Bob.
Hello, Frank. You house hunted as well? Featured of this one, mate, just paid Mr. Allen cash on the nail. She fell in love with it straight away.
Hello, Vera. Young Jeff, is he going to have his own key, Bobby? Or will he use the bathroom window?
(9-2 from 743, receiving, over.
Right, Pete, receiving.
Sounds like we've got a right charmer on our hands, Sarge. Never picks on boys, just girls and women. It's nothing sexual, he just lashes out like. According to Miss Gallimore, the father was much the same before he walked out. She also says she's heard on the grapevine from a junior school that the mother often has a black eye or a fat lip. Common knowledge, apparently, except to us.
Yeah, right, thanks. Oh, by the way, your red Cortina, it's gone.
In a hurry, Sergeant?
Yes, Clive.
I wish I could be. They tell me the hospital I gotta keep myself
Look,
moving.
I'm sorry, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Clive.
I say it to them, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Oi! Megson! Been down the offie?
Yeah?
In your car?
Nah.
Well, the engine's raw.
My neighbour turns it over for me.
Oh, yeah?
Poxy kid's been chalking all over the pavement again.
Megson. You forgot to put this back on your wheel.
Mrs. Abbott?
You are foul. I would have killed you. Just cool it. Cool it.
Sierra Oscar, it's 9-2. Are you receiving?
Receiving 9-2.
Yeah, I've got a GBH with intent at 3 beat away. I want a WPC with an ambulance.
What's your name? Name? Brian Robson. Brian Robson. Right. One more word out of you, son, and you'll be for an early bath. Understood? What did you say?
Come on, Ref.
Come in, Sarge. All right, Sarge.
It gets worse, I swear.
You know, he was in the canteen yesterday, don't you? Going on about the police being society's referees.
Shame no one else had a kit.
Hello, Bob.
Sir.
Which is your son's lot?
Midway Comprehensive, sir. The ones in Claret and White.
Ah. Good show, this. Nice turnout.
That's good to show the flag, isn't it?
Yes. Always a good thing, eh, Smith?
Sir.
Good of you to volunteer.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Creep. Volunteer is more like a press gang.
No, look, I can only hang around for about half an hour. She's got me putting up shelves this afternoon.
You got more shelves than anyone else I know.
Admit it, Sarge, you're under the thumb just like the rest of us.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Who's the man with the magic feet, Sarge?
Oh, it's Oakley Brooks. West Ham sniffing around him.
What's all this with the press photographers then?
It's the advertiser. Bit of promotion for Brownlow's youth and community project. Oh, come off it. The advertising never hurt anybody. Anyway, as Danny's mob's going to walk it, I ain't complaining.
Hey, look at Reg Hollis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for attending this, the first match of the Interschools Five-a-Side Challenge. Sponsored, as I'm sure you realise, by the Metropolitan Police Youth and Community Section. I have here this handsome trophy, which will eventually go to the winning school. I'd like to thank the players, the teachers, and the sponsors for enabling this event to take place.
Come on, let's get on with the football.
But by no means least, I hope this event kicks off a new relationship between the police and the local youth. Thank you.
Danny had better behave himself, Sarge, or you'll be for the high jump.
It says here the average family spend more on booze in a week than they do going to the pictures in a year.
Yeah, well, who has time to go to the pictures?
True. Did you know, gentlemen, that there is a crime committed every 7 seconds in this great metropolis of ours?
All right, Gov.
Bunch of louts kicking a bag of wind around and everything grinds to a halt, does it?
There's public relations for you.
Public relations will improve when our results improve. You two are supposed to be detectives, so get off your backsides and start detecting.
Heads up, though, come on, heads up! What's the matter with the West Ham geezer? Well off form, weren't he?
Win something. Reckon it's safe for a pint now?
You should think so. How was I, Sarge? What? Well, I thought I had a bit of a blinder. I didn't think much of your boys lot. I mean, he was all right, but as a team...
Yeah, all right, Reg.
I think I'd better go and rub some liniment into my car.
I think you could have made some better decisions, though.
Oh, come on, it was a penalty. He held his hand out for it. Still, I'll say one thing. I'm glad it was your boy, not one of the others. He took it very well, he did.
That's because I've told him, never waste your time arguing with a policeman.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you are. I don't need this from you, Dave, so stuff it. How do you think we feel? You're spaced out half the time. What do you know about it? We all know you're doped up half the time, and we know where you get it. It's no secret. Shut it then. Just get out of the team and stop messing the rest of us about.
Hey, come on! Now let's start to give it between ourselves, do we? We're going to get changed. Come on, all of you.
Good to see such enthusiasm.
Quite an unexpected result, I thought.
Yes. Well, it's the taking part that matters, isn't it? It's very important for the Met to involve itself in this kind of activity with young people.
Well, he did get it from Ellis, is that right?
Look, Dad, it was just an argument, all right?
It was a pretty public one, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't know anything for sure, do I? I was just trying it on him.
But he is taking something. Do I take that to mean yes?
Just forget it, yeah?
Look, Danny, if he bought it from Mellors, it's more serious than that. It means other people are using it, right? And you can talk to me about it, you know?
Look, I can't.
You've not heard the last of this, Danny.
Just how good is this information, Bob?
Well, like I said, sir, it's a loud whisper. Thanks. But he doesn't want to say much more than that, you know, grasping on his mates. But half my worry is what he ain't saying, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Eileen, get Frank Burnside in the room.
And it's just pot, no worse.
Well, we've had our suspicions for some time that there's harder drugs than that knocking around Medway Comp.
Maybe from the same source, eh?
It could be. The drug squad found nothing when they raided his place, what, a couple of months ago.
Go.
Yeah, Frank, come in. Does the name Colin Mellor mean anything to you?
Oh, that cocky scumbag. Don't tell me he's at it again.
No, it's on the cards.
Yeah, well, that's his M.O. Not exactly known for keeping a low profile, is our Mr. Mellor.
Bob thinks he could be trading with kids from the Medway Comp.
Bob could well be right. I'd have had him banged to rights a couple of months ago if the squad hadn't screwed up.
If they could raid his shop and find nothing is beyond me.
Because Mellor's swift on his toes. He'd have had a whisper. We'll bust him, Gov.
You will, yeah. As soon as you've got the evidence. I don't want any mistakes. This time, I want to be absolutely certain, right?
Point taken, Gov. For a start, we'll put his shop under surveillance, see what we can discover. We will have full uniform cooperation.
You can use who you like, Frank. You just make sure you get him, right? Nice and clean.
Another tea over here, please, Tony. You took your time.
Bit of movement, Gov.
Yeah?
Yeah. Albert Johnson, black guy in a white soft top Escort, F-Reg.
Don't know.
We had him on a drugs bust at West End Central a year, 18 months back. Wriggled out. If it is Johnson, and I can't be sure, he's been in there a good hour.
Registration. Terrific. I'll run that through. I'll pay for that.
Oh, thanks, Gov.
If it is your man in there, I might even buy you one of these.
If it is Johnson, does it mean I get to pack this in? I didn't intend to spend the rest of my career sitting in a tent.
Don't tell me you're not enjoying yourself, Alistair. Bored already?
Chief Superintendent Charles Brownlow kicked off proceedings on an optimistic note of harmony and goodwill between police and local youngsters at the launch of the Sunhill Youth Soccer Tournament before handing over the reins to PC Reg Hollis, who refereed the opening fixture between Bishop Metcalfe School and Medway Comprehensive, which the former won convincingly 4-0. Yeah.
It's bad writing, that, Reg.
Eh?
Sentence is too long.
It's a good photo, though. I think I might send a copy of that to me mum.
Well, I don't know, Reg. All that black. Dear mother, this is what I have become.
I noticed you put yourself up for ref anyway, Yorkie.
Oh, yeah, but he passed it up for somebody who was better equipped.
I don't see what's so funny.
It's Johnson, all right. And he wasn't in there for a sherbet dab.
Looking solid, then.
Your boy's on the ball, Bob. Right, Hollis. Caucasian, female, in her teens, file on the drug offences. Go on, get cracking. Now, she definitely rings a bell. I'm sure she does.
Cover bushes?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, about 8 months back. Taylor. Josephine Ann Taylor. Did her at a party. Caution 2 years, caught in possession of cannabis resin. I see nothing at all. You can make a serious mistake with her.
Yeah, thanks very much, Reg. That's the one that's hanging around outside the shop, yeah?
Yeah, dinner times mostly, according to Alistair Gregg, with a couple of mates, especially this one. Reg?
No, I don't know her.
Right. Well, we'll lift a pair of them. She's got form.
It's going to take a lot of setting up, though, isn't it?
I'll square it with upstairs. I'd rather get the Mellor this way than get my fingers burnt again. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pick up Taylor and her mate, bring them back here, get her stuff and get a statement.
And bang goes another school career.
I'll let them off if they'll testify. Not the sprats I'm after.
Colin Mellor is a known drugs dealer with more form than red rum. Now, we've grounds for suspicion that he's using his sweet shop on the high road to sell cannabis to the pupils from Medway Comprehensive, probably in conjunction with this man, Albert James Johnson. Inspector?
Thanks, Gal. This girl on the right has got a record for possession, and she's been seen hanging around Mellor's shop. She is Josephine Taylor from Medway Comp, and she's the key we're going to use to lock Mellor up with. Sierra Oscar 8 to all units. Switch to Channel 3 and report signal strength and location.
Receiving, Gov.
Gotcha, Bob.
All quiet. It's unloading at the moment. It just got back from the old saver.
They won't be out for a few minutes.
All right, sit tight.
Yeah, will do.
Taff? Any sign of life yet?
Nothing yet, Gov. All's quiet. Playground's empty, same as yesterday. And the day before.
All right, Edwards. Well, keep your eyes open and give us the word.
Yeah, right, Gov.
We should do something about these seats.
Eh?
If they will send us out on jobs like this.
With any luck, they'll show up soon.
Oh, yeah. If I had a quid for every hour I've spent watching nothing happening,
You wouldn't know what to do with the money, Joe.
I wouldn't buy a transit van, that's for sure.
Oh, cheers.
They're out, Gov. There's no sign of our two girls yet, though.
Right, Taff. You better get out and watch the back of the shop. Oi! And make sure Simpson's got Fido ready.
And the others?
Yeah. All units, stand by.
This could be it.
Yeah, we know.
No, but you should have heard the way he was saying it. Yes, Sarge. No, Sarge. 3 bags full, Sarge. Can I come watch your Sunday boxing game football, please, Sarge?
Look, he knows everybody down there. Besides, he likes football.
I don't give a monkey what Yorkie likes. It's all this creeping around that gets me. I mean, if I've got something better to do in my spare time, it puts me in the dirt, doesn't it?
They're on their way.
Isn't that Johnson?
It's Yorkie Guff. A white escort. It's just past us. It's now heading in your direction.
Good man. What a stroke of luck.
They're going in. They've gone in.
Hold it. They're out. They're heading up the high road towards the flats. Should be with you any minute, Smith.
Yorkie.
Yo, Josie, man! Dash! Josie! Oi!
Great. Well, what are we going to do?
Can you see them yet, Smith?
Well, yes, sir, but...
Move it, then!
Come on. All right, look, we're police officers.
Hey, what have I done? Right, will you both just get in the van, please? What's going on?
Look, I said we're police officers.
No!
Get your hands off her, she's my
Let her
mate.
out, please. This has nothing to do with you, okay? Just go away.
She's my mate, what are you doing?
Look, just be sensible. She's coming with us now. Push off,
You
all
ain't
right?
the
Pigs, where's your cards?
We don't have to show them to you.
Yes, you do.
Go
Show us your
away.
card.
What the hell is going on? Ramsey, get over there now. Go to the van. You too, Haynes.
Right, look. Get it, go on.
Oi, look, they ain't going nowhere. Oi, push
Get
off.
in the van.
You ain't no Bill Coconut.
Oh, I know. Come on then.
You're Nick.
Oi, leave
In
him
there.
alone.
Open
Get
the
off
door.
it.
All right, you, in there.
Drive, you prats, drive!
They've sussed us, Gov.
Go, now, everybody! Get in there, move it!
Get in there! Give me that! Get out of the way! And the top gun! Mind up!
Oh, man, don't make it
Watch
loose.
it.
Oi! Now listen! You kick me, I'll kick you
Stand
back.
up there. Keep still.
Right, names?
You haven't done nothing.
We'll find out what you've done later.
That man over there pushed Mum and have you for
Right,
sorry. Come on.
please, put him in the detention cells.
Get off me.
Right, names?
Natasha Clark. Look, we
Quiet.
were just...
And you? Come on.
I don't have to tell you nothing.
She's Josephine Taylor, Sarge. Look, we know you from before, love. Be a lot easier if you come clean.
Is that your name? Date of birth?
8th January 1972.
Address?
19 Wilmot Road.
Right. Drugs, is it?
No, we haven't got anything.
June, give him a body search. Find the surgeon and find Martella. She's in the front office.
Come on, Luke, you come with me.
We ain't done nothing, honest.
Let's have your date of birth then, love.
14th of March, 1972.
Better get on to the school, Yorkie, and find a parent. Address?
There won't be anyone there.
Just give us the address, love. Get on to it, Yorkie. Yorkie? Right, what is it?
Cheer up, lad. It's not the first time I've had to step in for you.
Back off a bit, please. Please, all of you.
And will it be for a second time round? I'll be seeing you walking the beat.
Don't you get lippy with me, pal. I'm going to have you, both of you. Greg, go and check his motor. We'll find out what you got. We have to take this place apart.
How do you want to play this then, love?
I don't know what you mean.
Why don't you just put what you've got on the side and give me a statement?
I've told you, I haven't got any drugs.
We know you have. That's why we've brought you here.
We were buying fags. That's all, I swear, honest.
Undress, please.
Pardon?
Undress.
Larry Taylor, you've got my daughter in here.
Taylor.
Step this way, sir. I want to see her. I don't know what you lot think you're up to. Where is she?
You'll have to follow me, sir, and I'll take you to the officer that's dealing with your daughter.
And I've been subjected to racial abuse. That policeman in there, right, he told me when he put me in a cell that...
Mr Taylor, Sarge.
Where's my daughter?
She's with the WPC at the moment, sir.
Why? What's she done?
She was picked up on suspicion of carrying drugs. We're searching her.
Not without my say-so, you don't.
We have every right under the Drugs
Don't
Act.
you talk to me about rights. You need my consent.
So
before
your
you
daughter's above the age
She's
of...
15!
I told you.
Be quiet. We know you've been buying dope off Mella.
No!
Look, whether your friend's got it or you somehow managed to dump it, we know you've been buying it from him.
Why do you think that? I don't even smoke the stuff at parties.
Stay there.
Anything?
She's clean.
That makes two of them. Oh, they're gonna love this.
You think you got away with it again, don't you? Like I said, Mr. Burnside, nothing to get away with. Oh, no.
Oi! You ever heard of the National Council for Civil Liberties?
You try stirring things up for me, sunshine. And you tread on the cracks in the pavement, and I'll put you away.
Forget it out. You've just been cut off at the knees. I've got a shop front, I've got harassment, wrongful arrest, you name it. My brief's gonna love this.
Go leave it! Oh, yeah. Yeah, try that on all sunshine.
You're making things worse for yourself, Mr. Burnside.
Come on, Gov.
She told Penny she was 17. She thought we were lifting her for buying fags.
Well, that will teach you not to tell lies in future then, won't it?
Yeah, well, it ain't exactly going to help. She was clean. Her dad's screaming blue murder.
What did you expect?
Yeah, Brownlow's going to make an example of someone. We'd have the headmaster on everybody.
It's always the teachers, isn't it? I mean, when they can't cope with something, it's always us that gets the blame.
Oh, that's a big help.
Look at you. The girl's a known user. She's been done before.
Oh, yeah, nicked with 15 others at a party.
Yeah, well, we were all a bit out of order somewhere along the line.
Oh, yeah? And how far down that line do you want to go, eh? We were all acting under orders, right? His orders.
Excuse me.
You're very quiet, Yorkie lad. Or do you know something that we don't?
It's how you carry the orders out that counts, not who gives them.
Oh, I see. It's the old Dixon and Doc Green method, is it then? Well, we all know what happened when you tried that, don't we?
Oh, shut up, Ramsey.
I was watching you, Ramsey. Don't forget that.
Yorkie, leave it.
Why don't you think of something else to talk about? So there's a daft enough they might listen. Where's Ted keep his bottle?
I don't think he's got one, Gov. Well, go out and get some. Gov. I'm going to bust that fat, conniving bastard. He must have had word. And do you know what annoys me more than anything, Greg? Is the fact that within 20 minutes he's going to be set up again. I want you on this one, Tosh. As of now,
Gov,
we're going to sit on him till we get what we want.
There's no way they'll let us.
Gov, Colin wants to see you in his office. He said as soon as you get here.
Right, here he comes. Have you seen the papers this morning, sir?
Yes, well, we'll have more people out after 11, but then we'll just have to make do.
Inspector?
Morning, sir.
Journalists hanging round outside the yard. Get rid of them, will you?
Yes, sir. Alec.
Andrews, get rid of those
Chaos.
hats from the back gate, will
Bloody
you? Yes, sir. Somebody bring me a coffee.
Morning, sir.
Derek,
Yes, I do appreciate that. Yes, we are doing everything we can. Look, can I call you back? Yes, fine, thanks. I'll be seeing Burnside immediately, sir.
Did you sanction this operation?
Yes, sir. But I do know that CID put in a lot of thorough legwork on this one.
Not thorough enough, obviously. What the hell's Burnside playing at?
When I've seen everybody involved, I'll have a...
Would you like your coffee in here, sir?
No, Marion, I'll take it in my office. Oh, could you get me the headmaster of the girls' comprehensive school? What was it called?
Medway.
Medway, thank you. Don't you try and excuse him, Derek.
In my opinion, sir, it was more bad luck than bad judgment.
You should see the number of people I've got to try and explain that to today. I want to see him the moment you finish with him.
Yes, sir.
There's enough mud being thrown at us already. I don't want any more of it sticking.
Cheers, lad.
Yeah, well, I don't see how they can single any one of us out. What? It was an operation that backfired. It happens.
Knock it off, Ramsey.
What is it with you, eh? You lose your ball just because you might get your wrist slapped. Jeez.
We all made mistakes.
Speak for yourself, love.
Oh, come on, you're not telling us we got it right.
The rules are laid down by Home Office regulations and Acts of Parliament. Any officer ignores that, he's in trouble. I didn't. Hope for your sakes you didn't either.
There's no answer to that, is there? Of course, if there's one geezer who's going to wriggle his way out of this, it's your man.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I've told you.
But look, I'm going to be driving right past the front gate of the school.
Don't give us a hard time, Dan.
I'm trying to give you an easy time.
Oh yeah, I'll get a right easy time when I'm seen getting out of this car with you.
Come on, it ain't that bad, is it?
Even the lollipop man takes flack for being on your side.
You wanted to see me, Gav? Frank. Before I have to go and see the governor again, I want this straight.
It was all set up. Right, kids, suspects on the premises. Basically, we just missed the gear.
And that's it.
Oh, we'll get him.
Basically, in an afternoon, you've managed to put back public relations by 30 years. I suppose you've seen the paper, have you?
Yeah, with all due respect, sir, everyone knows what that rag's about.
Yeah, well, let me try and explain to you what top brass are currently reading, eh? 2 innocent 15-year-old girls were wrongfully arrested by plainclothes policemen who took them to the police station and forced them to suffer the humiliation of a strip search. This latest police farce does not end there. Too bloody right it doesn't. You turned his place over really well, didn't you, eh? Smashed in his front doors.
Well, they were locked.
What?
Well, he'd locked us out. I mean, seconds were vital if we were going to get him before he got rid of the gear.
Except there wasn't any gear, was there? Or none that you could find. So, we have an innocent shopkeeper, right?
Innocent is one thing he's not, sir.
Well, he is now, and you better believe it. I mean, what have you got to back up your story, eh? 2 15-year-old kids carrying nothing more than a packet of number 6. He's got a wrecked shop and claims to harassment.
We know he's dealing, sir, and one of the girls has got a record for possession.
We know, do we? Where's the evidence then? Where's the proof? For God's sake, Frank, you took a flyer.
There was always an element of risk, sir. We all knew that.
There's no such thing as a risk, Frank. It's a result or a cock-up, and you cocked this up. When the blokes downstairs take the flak for this, which they will, it'll be down to you. And if Mellors is peddling drugs out there now, that's down to you and all, because there's no way you can touch it.
Sir?
You go within 3 miles of that shop and you'll be out. Quicker than you can say marijuana. Now, go on. Get out of here. Try and do something to clear this mess up. Starting with the chief super.
Sir?
He's waiting to see you. Frank, do yourself a favour, eh? Sort your story out before you talk to him. OK, Bob, perhaps I can get some sense out of you, eh?
Well, I just had to take an hour off to go and take my son to school.
Bob?
Shirley didn't want him to go to school today. But you know what they're like at that age. He was determined to. He was taking a few smacks over this incident.
Because he started everything off, like?
No, because he's the son of a copper.
Your son wasn't taking us for a ride, was he?
No, he knows what's going on. He just doesn't have first-hand knowledge.
No, well, let's be grateful for that, eh?
But he is genuine, sir.
Still doesn't help us, though, does it? But what about these girls?
Well, they put up a bit of a struggle, resisted arrest, refused to be searched.
And lied about their ages?
Yes, so I thought we were nicking them for cigarettes, so they said they were 17. But Clark, the one without the record, she's only just 15.
But the other girl did have a record?
Yes, sir.
Well, that means that someone here, you, knew exactly how old she was.
I didn't make a note of her date of birth, nor pass it on, sir.
Why the hell not?
Because I was looking for previous and I just didn't...
You just ignored everything else?
No, I didn't exactly ignore it, sir.
You and Burnside could have nipped this in the bud before any of it started.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
I don't suppose anyone managed to get hold of their parents.
Yes, sir, that's when we found out their age, but it was too late. We'd already searched them by then.
Who was the custody officer?
Tom Penny.
This just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Hold on, sir. I mean, he was acting under the belief that they were 17. That's what was written on the custody sheet.
Well, that hardly matters now, does it?
Well, with respect,
Look,
sir.
obeying the letter of the law is hardly the point. Would you say that anything that's happened so far was responsible police work?
Yes. Well, it sounds all very fine. You saying that you don't want the school to become a no-go area now. It's a bit late, isn't it? Your sort of policing, you're going to get nothing else.
I do understand how you feel, Mr.
Do you?
Look, to be frank with you, the policing of the entire operation was misjudged. We accept that. We're doing our best to make amends.
Mr. Brownlow, do you have any idea how deep the feelings run around here?
I think it would have helped considerably yesterday if the teachers had explained events sensibly and rationally. That doesn't seem to have happened.
Oh, they knew what happened. They all read the papers.
Yes. Well, I must say the press getting hold of the story was most unfortunate.
Why? It's the truth.
It was a version of the truth. They're all too quick to throw fuel on the fire.
Well, you started the blessed fire. Do you realize what effect that had on discipline in this school?
Look, I realize that nothing that I can say is going to appease you at the moment. But at least you must realize that what we were trying to do was protect the children from this school.
I'm sorry. That won't wash with me.
If the allegations against that shopkeeper proved to be true...
It's the attitude that I'm talking about.
You must realize what has happened...
I'm talking about the callous and brutal behavior of your officers. Roughhousing my pupils. Intimidation, verbal abuse. That you can't deny is still less excuse. Frankly, if one of my staff spoke to the kids the way that one of your officers did, I'd have them booted out of here straight away. What do you mean? When she was arrested, Josie Taylor was told by the policeman she was lucky she was not black. Now, you don't need a degree in English to understand what he meant by that, do you?
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
And is this what you people call protecting the interests of a young girl?
Has she any idea who this officer was, his name or his number?
It was the officer who arrested her. There were two of them, a man and a woman. The man said it.
May I use your phone?
Certainly.
8-5, Sarge.
Yeah, Yorkie, get yourself back to the station as soon as possible, will you?
What's up, Sarge?
Mr. Brownlow wants to talk to you, so make it sharpish, yeah?
Right, Sarge.
Good.
Someone's in bother then?
Yes, that's me.
I was with Yorkie just about throughout.
We'll be next then, I shouldn't wonder. It'll blow over.
He'll probably have you in soon. Conway seems to be working his way through the card.
Give over, Governor. I had nothing to do with it.
Do you think that's going to make any difference?
I hope so.
If only we'd found something. Wouldn't have all this aggro.
Some scumbag pushing dope to the kids and they wanted to play by the rule books. They've forgotten what it's all about, most of them. If that was one of my kids, I'm telling you.
Come. Yes, come in, Smith. The arrest of the two girls suspected of carrying drugs.
Sir?
You were the officer who arrested Josie Taylor, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I want you to explain to Mr. Conway exactly what happened and what was said.
Well, it's a bit difficult to remember exactly, sir. We, WPC Ackland and myself, were about to get out of the van and arrest the girls when we noticed 4 of their friends approaching from the other side of the road.
Go on.
Well, it put us in a bit of a panic, like, because we realised we had to lift them fast before they got rid of anything they might have had. So we just sort of got them into the van before the friends could get to them.
Who was the first to speak?
Not sure, sir.
Well, think about it.
Well, I was the first out of the van, so I suppose it must have been me, sir.
What happened when you got her back to the station?
We moved them to the custody area, sir.
We?
PC Ramsey was with me, sir. He assisted.
You had your prisoner, and he had his. What's Ramsey got to do with it?
Well, nothing, sir. Not by then.
I believe the Taylor girl put up a bit of a struggle. What did you say to her?
I don't understand, sir. What am I supposed to have said?
Oh, you can't remember.
I can't remember saying anything out of order, sir.
Well, maybe your idea of what's out of order and mine are two quite different things.
Sir?
Maybe, in your opinion, racist remarks are okay.
Josie Taylor's white, sir.
It's lucky for her she's not black. She'd have got a good hiding then.
She said I said that.
And there's nothing out of order, Smith.
I'm sorry, sir, but I said nothing of the sort.
So you're just going to deny it, right?
I don't know what else to do, sir. I didn't say it.
I've got statements here that allege the girls were knocked about when they were arrested. No check was made on their ages, and they were strip searched without their parents' consent.
That's not all down to me, sir.
Well, whose word am I most likely to take? An innocent schoolgirl's or an officer who behaves like that? Nothing else to say for yourself, Smith?
No, sir.
All right. You do realise the seriousness of this, Smith, don't you?
Sir.
All right, you can go back on duty now. Mr. Conway and I will have to discuss this matter further. But if these allegations are correct, the very least you can expect is a suspension. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
It's typical, though, isn't it? CID cock up and we get the blame?
Yeah, but they've got to know what happened, haven't they?
It's a point of principle. Wasn't our operation?
It just makes me wonder what the hell we all think we're doing.
Oh, come on, June. You're just
No,
doing
she's
your
right.
job.
You've got to be careful what you say, Agent.
That wasn't what I meant, actually, no.
What are you on about?
We're all in it together, aren't we?
So?
So whenever you say anything when you're wearing that uniform, you're speaking for everyone in this net.
Oh, thanks a bunch. Listen, I never said anything to that girl.
Right, don't get so touchy.
I don't know why they think any of us said anything. They're both little liars. Well, they lied about their age, didn't they?
Yeah, but they had a reason to do that, didn't they?
So what? They had a reason to put us in it as well.
In my experience, an allegation like that is more than likely to be true. It's just a verbal remark, right? Not the sort of thing people make up.
Oh, hark at the voice of experience. Francis, the chief will see you now.
Right, ma'am.
Good luck, Taff.
If somebody did say all that to those girls, I know I'd put my money on.
Yeah, well, just keep it to yourself, right? It's none of your business.
How would you describe the way the search was conducted?
It was thorough, sir.
How much respect did you or any of the other officers present have for the suspect's property?
We were searching for drugs, sir.
Just answer the question.
Not much.
Well, good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Look, sir, I can't speak for any of the other officers involved, but I personally didn't behave roughly or without respect for property.
Come on, Edwards. According to Mellor's brief, you all thought it was the first day of Harrod's sale.
Yes, well, he would say that, wouldn't he, sir?
Well, you said it yourself, didn't you? Not much respect for property. Look, I'm not asking you to put anyone else in the frame, but the estimates of the damage on Mellor's shop came to 1,850 quid.
No, there's no way we could have done that much.
Yeah? Well, on present evidence, there's nothing to prove you didn't. Look, believe me, nothing sticks in my gullet more than getting the Commissioner to pay him compensation. But unless you lot can justify your actions, then he's going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Yes!
Have you got a moment, sir?
All right, Edwards. That's all for the present. What is it, Bob?
It's about Smith, sir.
Oh, yeah. Come on, sit down.
Look, sir, there's no way that Yorkie Smith would make a comment like that. If you want the truth, it seems to me
Look, just drop it, will you, Bob, please? I've got Brownlow jumping up and down. You lot belting around like headless chickens. Another post-mortem I do not need.
So making a scapegoat out of one bloke is going to help?
If we don't clear this one up, mate, there's going to be more than one scapegoat, believe me. Now, just give me a break, will you? You do your bit and try and calm the lad down. Who is it?
You wanted to see me, sir?
No, when Larry got the call from the police station, I was petrified Josie had had some sort of accident.
Oh, I'm very sorry for the alarm.
Yes, well, considering everything, that's the last thing I'm worried about now.
Yes. Well, how is Josie?
Well, better now. She's been a bit tearful.
Look, why can't you leave her alone? That's what I want to know. Yeah, all right, she's been in trouble before, but we've sorted that out with her. She is not going to make that mistake again. I've told her.
Love.
No, I'm sorry. But putting her through all that, that is just going to make things worse.
Mr. Taylor, I assure you the search would not have taken place if Natasha and Josie had been truthful about their ages.
We've told her we don't want her smoking. She was frightened.
No, I'm not surprised. She was bloody terrified.
Look, I want you both to understand that our reasons for mounting this operation were far more serious than just cigarettes.
Oh, is it true, then? This man is using his shop to sell drugs?
We have our suspicions, yes.
Well, why haven't you arrested him, then? This man Mellor. Everyone knows what he's up to, but you leave him alone and arrest my daughter.
Now, look, we accept that Josie was innocent of either possessing or taking drugs. And I want to apologize for the search. As far as the racist remark is concerned, the officer in question is being disciplined. Now, if you want to take this matter any further, of course, you're quite entitled to.
Oh, let it go, love.
We've had a lot of arguments with Josie and her friends about the police. I just feel disappointed.
Sir, the girls were under observation by officers from the moment they entered the custody area.
So Smith was with Taylor throughout?
No, sir. I instructed him to inform the parents and the school that the arrests had been made.
Why do that?
Sir, is this a formal inquiry?
Oh, come on.
Because if so, I do have the right to have a Federation rep present.
Tom, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. It's not official. But I do have to ask you, if there was any doubt in your mind at all about the age of those children, why the hell didn't you wait?
I had no reason to doubt them.
They're school kids. 17-year-old school kids.
Yes, sir, it's called A-levels.
Don't give me that. You rang because you suddenly thought they might be lying.
No, sir, I rang out of courtesy. However old they were still school children.
We are not always right. We all make mistakes. Nobody's blaming you.
I acted in accordance with the regulations.
All right, have it your own way. But nobody comes out of this smelling of roses, including you.
Sir, I resent that.
Tough.
Can I go now?
Do you know who made that remark to the girl?
Not me, sir.
I asked you if you knew, Tom.
It could have been any one of a number of people. It's one thing laying the law down with a few people. This is a witch hunt.
It'll blow over.
Oh, only when we've all had our noses rubbed in it. Try telling that to Conway. There might be some lax standards around here, but they don't apply to me. Why is he tarring everyone with the same brush?
You're all right.
Are you telling me I don't go by the book?
I'm not telling you anything, Tom.
A bit more communication wouldn't go amiss, would it? Might have saved us getting into this mess.
Yorkie?
Are you listening to me at all?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
All right, Squire? It was you that said that to them girls, weren't you? You weren't going to say anything, were you? You were going to let me go all the way, just to look after number one. Well, you'll stitch me up like that again, Ramsey, and I'll have you.
Yorkie? You all right?
Yes, Sarge.
You heard they dropped the complaint?
Yes, Sarge, Ollis told me.
Good.
Not really, Sarge, no.
Oh?
If they hadn't dropped the complaint, there would have had to have been an inquiry, wouldn't they? She could have picked out the right man then, Sarge. Couldn't she? See you, Sarge.
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah. I must have eaten something.
Beautiful place for a raid, this.
Sorry, Gov?
Busy. Plenty of places to lose yourself. I could have slung 2,000 blokes round his shop and he never even have noticed.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe in a year or so, yeah, I suppose.
I doubt that. Not a bad cafe either. Reasonable prices, nice and tidy. You tried it? Gov. I just want you to watch him, Tosh. Nothing obvious. Just keep your eyes open. I'll have 50 quid by the end of the week we've got him. Mine's a bacon sandwich.
Can you describe him to us?
Tall, about 25. Bit frightening, really.
Well, look, Miss Darlow, if this guy comes bothering you again, just get in touch with us as soon as you can, all right?
But God, what's that?
You'll have to excuse us a minute. What's going on?
It's her kid, her baby.
Thank you. What is it? My baby. Yeah? No, Deborah, not that. Okay, just calm down and tell me exactly what's happened.
Christopher, it's Christopher.
Yes?
Andrew,
What is the baby ill? Huh?
My son.
What?
He's dead, I think.
Can you take him upstairs, please, to a room? Quick as you can. What's it been? Let me see what I can do for him. Mr.
Am I going to stay here?
No,
I'm
Mr.
staying.
Mr.
Robbins,
Right,
Robbins.
Mr. Robbins, please, could you go outside just for a minute, and I'll see what I can do. Please, just for a minute.
Have you called an ambulance yet, love?
Just the doctor.
101 Sierra Oscar, you're receiving, over. Yeah, Sarge, I need an ambulance urgently at number...
68.
68 Stewart Road, over.
Message understood. Out.
Now look, might you have swallowed something by any chance?
No, he was asleep. Well, we thought he was...
Mum.
Just a minute, darling.
But Mum, it's time I was at school.
Come on, darling, come in here.
What's she doing in there?
Look, you better come down now, Mr. Robbins.
No.
No, the policewoman is trained at first aid. She'll do everything she can. Now, please, come down.
Okay.
Mr. Robbins.
Come on, darling, finish your breakfast. Come here. Andrew?
Come on, you have some orange juice, Orange juice, then.
Is this all your own work, is it, Deborah?
Yes.
You're a good painter, aren't you?
It was me. It was my fault.
No, love, no.
Sierra Oscar 101 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Excuse me a minute. "101 receiving, over."
Give us a sit rep, will you, Taffy?
Yeah, we're still waiting for the ambulance, Sarge. It looks like we've got a possible infant mortality.
We'll need CID here.
I'll ring through.
There's a doctor on the way. Their GP's been called. She's just round the corner.
Right, thanks, Taff. Out. Try and get hold of the duty officer, will you?
They're upstairs in the baby's room. There's a WPC with him.
Right,
I'm
thank
going
you.
with him. And there's an ambulance on its way.
Thank you. It's the doctor. When did you find him, Mr. Robbins? About what time?
About 10 minutes ago. He'd had his feed and been put back to bed, and then Rachel came up to check on him, and then I heard her shouting.
Mr. Robbins, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Oh, please.
I'm so sorry. Why don't we go?
Better hang on here a minute, guys. I'm not sure what we got this time.
What's happening?
Probably be better if you all waited inside. You couldn't arrange it for us, could you?
Is he dead then? Christopher?
Look, love. Your mum and dad will have a chat with you in a minute, all right? Mr. Robbins. Is there anywhere your daughter could go for a bit? I'll ring Rachel's sister. Come on, Debbie. Come talk to your mummy.
Packed him off to school first thing this morning. He took his lunchbox and everything.
But he didn't arrive.
The school secretary rings up. Your Roger's not turned up, Mrs. Lamb.
Any likely reason you can think of why he went missing like this?
Can't think.
I think the best thing we can do is
Same
find out
family,
missing
you
person.
reckon?
I'm sure it is.
Well, it's the same name, different address, but the Robins did move after the first time. Did Tom Pelling tell the CID about the previous occasion?
Can't get hold of anyone. Left a message for Tosh. Socko's been informed.
Well, I'll go through the cars, see if it throws any light, eh?
When did it happen before?
Must be about 4 years ago. It was a baby girl.
Could be a bit twitchy about this one, CID, if it's the second time.
Well, there was no cause for suspicion before. I mean, these cop lists, they run in the family sometime, don't they?
So I'm sure there's no reason to turn up. How old is he?
He'll be 10 next month.
And his school?
St. Peter's Middle School.
What's his school attendance like, Mrs. Lamb? Did he like to be playing hooky? Or lobbed off with his mates?
I'll beat him black and blue if he has.
Hey, Ellison.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, there's a cot death.
Yeah, tricky situation. Might have been the previous baby.
Linda Robbins, 4 months, DOA.
Yeah, I was on relief, on foot patrol. If it's the same family, they used to live at Glenside. Baby was unconscious, died in the ambulance.
Can you comment on this one, Sarge? If you know them, might help these things a bit.
Oh, of course.
I'll clear it with Inspector Fraser, if that's OK.
Right.
We better get there.
Here, Tosh.
Yeah?
Can we come back?
Yeah.
All right, Deborah. Your mum and dad won't be long. Here, I'll put your belt on.
Look, thanks very much for all your help, Mrs. Hudson. I'm very grateful. Sergeant Crowe.
Hello.
I'm Rachel Robbins' sister, remember?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the...
Yeah.
How are things, Jim?
I'm not sure, really, Sarge.
Is this open?
Yeah.
Right, Taff?
Sarge. Parents are in there, and the doctor's with them.
Right. Now, I know you two are upset, but we've got to be thinking about the parents, because this is the second time they've been through this. Had a baby daughter die.
Look, I'll go and introduce myself, eh?
Yeah, good thinking, Tosh.
Cheers.
Right. The soccer will be along shortly, but I don't want them in there until Tosh has had a chance to talk to Mr. and Mrs. Robbins. They've decided where they want to go. So I want you to take care of the parents, particularly the mum, because you're going to be very, very wobbly. And Taff, if you could get onto the station and ask them to get in contact with the coroner's office.
Right, Sarge. Oh, and there's something the CID should know. The daughter, the little girl, she's started to blame herself for what's happened.
Oh, I don't think there's likely to be anything in that, but I'll tell Tosh that anyway. Oh, yeah, hello. Look, I'll tell the doctor you're here. If you could wait out here for a couple of minutes, yeah? Okay. Thanks. Mortuary van. Photographer?
Yeah, he's on his way.
Good. Right, Jude, do your stuff.
I realise it's an imposition, but an officer will be arriving to remove certain items of bedding and clothing for forensic.
We're under suspicion.
It's routine proceeding, Mr. Roberts. Please don't take it personally.
Which other way is there?
We have to do these things.
Look, why don't you leave the house just for a couple of hours while we...
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm staying here when they're wrecking over our things.
Can't it wait? He's too...
Unfortunately, it can't. I'm sorry. I know this is going to be very painful for you, but we've got to talk about the circumstances of Christopher's death. Either we can talk at your sister's or down at the police station, whichever.
We're going to be arrested.
No, we ask for your cooperation on a voluntary basis.
Why suggest the station, then?
Only that it might be less distressing for your daughter to talk at the station rather than your sister's.
Excuse me, can I have a word?
Yes, certainly. It's going to let me see. Inspector, this is Dr. Dennett.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Robbins, I'm sure you remember me.
It's vital that Mr. and Mrs. Robbins see their baby as a way of saying goodbye.
Officially, this must be treated as a suspicious death. It's got to be that way.
It's cot death. 6 babies die somewhere like this every day.
All right. So long as everything in the room is left exactly as it is.
Thank you.
June, can you go upstairs with the parents? It's okay for them to look at the baby, but don't let them touch anything. And afterwards, perhaps you could get them out of the way, take them out into the garden for a few minutes.
Christopher.
So if you could give them a couple of minutes, yeah? Goodbye, Doctor.
How long have you been their GP, Doctor?
Nearly 4 years.
Was that about the same time when their first baby died?
Yes.
Why did they change doctors? Move to a different area?
No, they didn't want to stay with their previous doctor. They felt unhappy dealing with him.
Has Mrs. Robbins suffered from postnatal depression? You know we have to ask these things.
She had a mild bout, nothing extreme.
She was under medication.
No, it cured itself.
Has she seen you over nerves, anxiety states, things like that?
For a short while, when the baby daughter died.
But there were no serious problems?
I did get a bit concerned about Deborah at one point.
What bothered you, Doctor?
Rachel and Andrew became very overprotective towards her after Hardy let her out of the house, suffocating the child with affection. It lessened when Christopher was born.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll give you a call if we need to talk to you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you.
We're taking the parents to the station.
Right, ma'am. Can you cope with the mortuary?
Yeah.
Good.
It's all right. Take your time, June. Finish your cigarette.
Wait till I get you home.
Mrs. Robbins, if you could just come this way. Mr. Robbins, perhaps you go with PC Edwards.
Why can't we stay together?
It's simply that we'd like to talk to you individually.
It's just along here, sir. Mr. Robbins.
Tosh?
What do you think? It could have come from a kick.
Might have done. Difficult to tell. They've got a 9-year-old. She's bound to have her friends stomping around.
Well, the table's been knocked about a bit.
It's difficult to keep a house pristine with kids.
So what do you reckon, Tosh? You're the expert on families.
Perfectly normal. Could have been one of my kids lying up there.
Scenes are finished. Stuff's ready to go down to Lambeth. So if you want to go down and have a word with the parents, Tosh.
Did he cry a lot?
All the time. I used to joke about his strong lungs.
Did the crying bother you? What did you do when he cried?
I love to hear him cry. Babies cry, it's natural. To hear him meant he was there. He's all right. I worry for Deborah. Games. Kids like to play. Rivalries. Jealousies. Wishing each other dead. Deborah didn't really mean it.
I do understand.
She loves Christopher. But you know what they're like. They can't get it out of their heads that it isn't their fault. When Linda went from us, Deborah was convinced.
Did you try to revive him?
I just held him.
And you realised that Christopher had died?
Not for certain. I was just frightened he was.
Where was Deborah at the time? I mean, before Rachel called from upstairs.
She was having breakfast with me.
All the time?
Well, no, she's got a routine. I call her, make sure she's out of bed. And Rachel does her breakfast while she's getting dressed and using the bathroom. Then she comes down. I give her a breakfast and Rachel gets Christopher.
Okay. Tell me, how did Deborah get on with the new baby?
She adores him.
Was she in the habit at all of going to see Christopher? To play with him?
No, she's normally in too much of a rush.
But she did sometimes?
No.
While your wife was busy?
No, I mean, why are you asking these questions?
It's just that Deborah seemed to think, well, she told an officer, that it was her fault.
You don't seriously imagine...
It's just got to be cleared up, that's all, honest.
It's just a reaction. It's shock. She didn't go near Christopher this morning, I promise you.
All right, Mr. Roberts. Now, look, I've got to ask you this. I mean, I know it'll sound, but... why do you think your first baby died?
They couldn't give a cause. They put cot deaths on the certificate.
I see.
No, you don't. Nobody sees. Incunicks. Maybe something we'd done or neglected.
We might need to talk to you again, I hope not. We'll let you know the results of the post-mortem, obviously, soon. Your wife's with the inspector. She won't. Oh, yeah. I'll drop you round to your sisters if you want.
I'd rather go home. Collect Deborah and we've got to face it sometime.
Can we go back there yet?
Yes, we're finished.
Thank you.
We'll take you home. Ellis and I will drop them off. Tosh will collect Deborah on the way.
Thank you, Mum. Reg, have you seen Bob Cryer?
Yeah, he's gone up to your office.
Cheers. Oh, June, preliminary post-mortem. Did they find anything?
Not even nappy rash.
Thank you.
Preliminary examination revealed no identifiable cause of death. Yeah, okay, Gov, yeah, Tom. Routine follow-up, then wait. Wait and see what Lambeth come up with.
We'll be drawing up pensions.
I reckon they're straight, don't you? There's nothing in that house to indicate any funny business. Still, we've got to button it up, tidy the ends. Right, Bob?
That's right, Tosh.
You all right, Taff? Taff?
Yeah? Absolutely fine.
Yeah, well, don't take it out on me, all right? Look, do you want to talk about it? And after all, I was there as well.
No, I don't want to talk about it, all right? It's just another death, isn't it? It's just another bloody death.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's the way to look at it. Oh, suit yourself. I'm going to go get drunk.
Yeah, why not?
It's still inconclusive. The pathologist couldn't say what the cause was.
So, again, no one can tell us why.
Yes, well, this is a receipt for the items we took from your house. How are you both feeling? Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
Well, not much. We, stayed up discussing the future. You know, what we ought to do. Kept Deborah awake with her talking.
How is she?
Quiet. It's upstairs. Didn't send her to school.
That's probably best. Do you have any problems? Neighbours or anything?
Had a couple of funny phone calls. Deborah took one.
Well, I'll ask the CID to look into that. They can aim a few questions around the neighbourhood, probably warn them off. Well, I'm sorry to have intruded, but that's the trouble with these things.
I'll call round in a couple of days and see how you both are. Bye for now. You know that you could be put in touch with people who could help you talk these things through?
I don't think we really want that.
No, well, as I say, sometimes it helps. Thank you. Bye-bye then.
I suppose you get quite used to all this, do you?
Not really. No, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we can wait any longer. I'll ask PC Hollis to read out the minutes from last week's crime meeting.
I mean, what they need, of course, is a winger, you know. It's just one of those things. Can't help it. Oh, hang on. Hey, Gov. Hey, Gov, hang on a minute, will you, eh?
As you can see, robberies are up 3 to 13.
Inspector Burnside's office. He's at a meeting. Is it urgent?
We have descriptions of villains connected with the 2 off-licence blaggings on page 3. If I can continue. Burglaries are also up 5 to 27. We do have some fingerprint idents.
26. 14 Reading closes on railway property, down to British Transport Police.
Come in.
There is a chance of arrests on that one.
Is there? Oh, we'll keep it then.
Yes?
Sorry for the intrusion, sir. Urgent phone call.
Sorry about it, sir.
Hello?
Burnside?
Yeah?
I've got to meet you right away.
Who are you?
You'll know me when you see me.
Yeah, and you can go and jump in the lake. Who was that tart?
Said she's got some information for you.
Ask for me by name?
Yeah.
Information. Burnside.
Don't ring off.
Oh, it's you again.
Got to meet.
Listen, darling, I don't know who you are, but I don't meet anybody I don't know.
Gold bullion.
Gold what?
Bullion.
Bullion. Where should we meet?
As you can see from the figures, vandalism in the High Street has been drastically cut since we set up Pub Watch.
Yes, I'm pleased with the results. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think it would be a good idea if we extended the scheme.
Yes, yeah. A letter of thanks to the publicans will go down well, sir.
Yes, I'll see to that.
Right. Thefts from motor vehicles. There's been a sharp increase, particularly in side streets behind the shopping centre.
Could I make a comment on that?
Yes, Sergeant, come.
All the property stolen from these vehicles has been clearly on view. Backseat parcel shelves and so on. No villain, as far as I'm aware, has actually broken into the boot of a car to steal anything.
Yes, I take your point.
If somebody spent a morning sticking prevention leaflets on the vehicles, it might do the trick.
Fine. We all agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Will you see to that then, Tom?
Yeah, Bob Cry's standing in for me downstairs. When he goes back on the street, I'm sure he'll do it.
Which in a minute, mate.
What about every year?
Sir.
Your suggestion about thefts from motor vehicles was a nice touch. We'd overlook the obvious.
The public need reminding now and again, sir.
Right, Tom, we'll keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Right, gentlemen, thank you all very much.
When are you ready? It's about all I can raise.
Not going to buy you much, is it?
Times are hard.
For us all, lady. For us all.
Well, what does she want?
Who?
The lady that was with you.
She's not with me, mate.
Murder you, Tom Penny.
Inspector Burnside. Detective Chief Inspector Starling, this is Sergeant Jensen. We are attached to Operation Backwoods. Now, we don't want to fuss. We'd just like you to walk outside with us. What are you talking about? Please.
Wait, just a minute. What's this all about?
Please. We don't want a scene.
Listen, I'm not going anywhere with you till you tell me what this is all about.
We've been called in by the Home Office to investigate numerous allegations of corruption by officers in the Met.
Allegations made by villains serving time. You don't believe all that old moody, do you?
Some of these allegations go back many years, others are more recent.
So what's it got to do with me?
Come in.
You wanted to see Inspector Burnside, sir?
Yes, where is he?
He's gone out to meet an informant. Can I help, sir?
Rather convenient, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, I don't understand, sir.
In future, I want one of you at the weekly crime meeting. No excuses. It is, after all, a crime meeting. Somebody should be there representing your department.
He was caught on the hop, sir.
Inspector Burnside was 10 minutes late for the meeting, and within 1 minute you called him out again.
Yes, well,
I want to see him the moment he gets back.
Excuse me? Can't you do something about these cars parked on the pavement?
Yeah, I know, love. They're a nuisance, aren't they? I'm going to get them towed away.
It's about time somebody did something.
Yeah, well, leave it with me.
What's your game? Who are you? Inspector Burnside, sir.
I should have known. Chief Superintendent Alan Pearson.
I'm glad you can remember.
How could I forget?
Please sit down. Make the witness available, would you?
What witness? Look, if you wanted to talk to me, all you had to do was pick up a phone. But then, of course, I should have remembered. When you were a DC under my command, you never did anything out front. Always the back door with you, wasn't it?
With you, Frank, there was no other way. It's one of the reasons that I transferred to a county force. Looking back, I suppose it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Accelerated promotion. When it came to social climbing, you knew all the angles.
It's called playing ahead of the game.
Can we get to the point?
That's about all I can raise.
Not gonna buy you a lot, is it?
Times are hard.
For us all, lady. For us all.
The witness was wired up, Frank. Was relayed out to a van and then onto equipment here. Some gear that's Home Office equipment. State-of-the-art technology.
So?
It's all there on the tape, Frank.
You know as well as I do, this is a setup.
£2,000 in a carrier bag.
Oh, come off it, Pearson. I mean, not even you would stoop as low as that.
Excuse me a minute, Inspector.
Whose money is that?
The witnesses.
Who gave it to her in the first place? Oh, come off it. Somebody must have given it to her. I mean, by the state of her, she didn't have 2 pence, let alone 2 grand.
The money is the property of the Home Office.
Sir?
Yes, what is it?
Operation Backwards. They've got Inspector Burnside.
Operation Backwards? They're not on this patch, surely I'd have been informed.
No, you wouldn't, sir. Their inquiries originate from people serving time. They don't have to tell you anything.
Right, we'll see about that.
Anyway, for what it's worth, he's assisting them with their inquiries. If you know what I mean.
Where are they taking him?
God knows.
Look, I'm all for assisting you with your inquiries. But in a minute, I'm going to get up and walk out of here.
That wouldn't be advisable.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. It's not very clever, is it? Parking on a yellow line and up on the pavement.
Officers from Operation Backwards have taken my detective inspector away for questioning without even the courtesy of informing me. I demand to know where he is and what this is about. Unless I get a call back within the hour, I shall go straight to the Commissioner.
That's not going to frighten them.
And don't you leave the station till we know what's happening.
I was in a hurry last night, sorry.
Been here all night?
I stayed at my sister's. She's married to one of y'all, over on the next block. This was the nearest space I could find.
If a woman was to come along here with a pushchair or a pram, she wouldn't be able to get by, would she?
No, sir. It was real stupid.
Right, we'll move it. And do yourself a favour. Don't leave things on the back seat where they can be seen. You're lucky the car wasn't broken into and they were nicked.
Can I just go back to my sister's and get some stuff?
Move it.
It'll just take a sec.
Move it.
Come on, give me a break. There's no place to park there. 2 minutes, that's all.
I'm not telling you again, move it or I'll have it towed away. Thank you, sir.
I think you should go to hospital.
No, I'm all right.
Look, I'd be much happier if somebody checked you over.
No. The poor devil, he didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Well, it's out of our hands now. It's up to the anti-terrorist squad.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's going to check you over. Come on.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Am I under arrest or not?
No. You're not under arrest.
What's happened? Your witness done a runner.
You remember Thomas Norton, don't you?
Thomas Norton?
You arrested him for robbery.
Well, that was a long time ago. 10, maybe 12 years.
Well, he's applied for parole. Well, Mrs. Nancy Norton was under the impression that you could help sway the powers that be.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never met a Mrs. Nancy Norton. And she's the woman in the pub.
£2,000 to put in a good word. Well, rates have gone up, Frank.
I want to hear, now. I wanted to repeat that allegation in front of me.
Yes, well, we can't arrange that at the moment.
Why not?
Don't know where she is.
She has done a runner. I wonder why.
Well, when we've contacted Mrs. Norton, you'll be confronted with that.
I've got a better idea. I'll go back to the police station. And when you've contacted her, you contact me.
Frank, it's in your own interests.
My interests?
We already have a statement from Mrs. Norton covering the occasion when you approached her for a sum of money.
You're never going to get away with this.
By the end of the day, you'll be suspended from duty pending criminal proceedings.
I want to make a statement. You do have tape facilities.
You've heard nothing, then?
I've made a few phone calls, sir.
I thought you'd have known better than that. It's not wise to make phone calls. Operation Backwards has sweeping powers to deal with corruption. You've got an open checkbook.
There's a chance he's being held in an address in Southwark, sir. It's supposed to be secret, but I think I can find it if you want me to.
Look, if we knew who this informer was, it would help.
Burnside wouldn't go on a meet if he didn't know the informant.
What made him this time?
She said something about gold bullion.
Gold bullion? I take great exception to my officers being taken away without my knowledge. Come in. I would appreciate it if you could find out for me what this is all about. Thank you very much. Gentlemen.
Chief Inspector Watkins, Anti-Terror Squad. Agent John Caxton, stationed at the American Embassy.
Gentlemen. Well, what can I do for you both?
Would you sit in this chair, Inspector?
Marion, could you field any calls for me? I don't want to be disturbed. Thank you. Right, gentlemen.
I'll let John put you in the picture.
John Keeley was a U.S. Air Force sergeant based at Mildenhall in Suffolk. Last night he visited his sister. She's a Londoner and lives a couple of blocks away from where the explosion took place. The visits to his sister's home are a regular thing, maybe 2-3 times a month, and always on Monday. He stays overnight and gets back to base the following day.
It's obvious that some terrorist organization had picked him out as an easy target. They must have been following his movements over a long period of time.
So what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, I'd like to question the officer who approached Keeley shortly before he was murdered.
Chief Superintendent Pearson and I first met when he was a detective constable and I was a detective
Inspector
sergeant.
Burnside, may I remind you that this interview is about your association with Mrs. Norton?
This interview is allegedly about corruption and my being set up by you. Now, will you let me continue?
This interview is broken at 12:25 p.m. for refreshment.
Frightened of what I might say?
Our relationship is irrelevant to this inquiry. You are here in connection with corruption, Frank. Don't try to cloud the issue.
Can I go to the toilet? Or is that irrelevant?
If this phone is tapped and there's somebody listening, get stuffed!
Want to come in and hold it for me, Sergeant?
Murder a drink, Tosh.
You?
Ted's still got a bottle in his drawer, has he?
This is not like you, Bob. I heard you had a lucky break.
Lucky? Is that what you call it?
Cheers. There. Murder another one.
Get him! He's got away.
I'd have stood there and waited for him to move the car. He'd still be picking up the pieces.
CID? Gov, where the hell are you?
Look, just listen. I've been set up. Yeah. Now look, there's a robber doing time, and his name's Tommy Norton. Tommy Norton, yeah, and he's got a wife called Nancy. Nancy. Now find her before this firm does.
Yeah, got it. No problem. Yeah, they may know their own patch, but not round Docklands, eh?
Gov! What's that? Tosh?
Sergeant Cryer.
Yes?
You can wait outside. That was rather silly. Any doubts I had of your guilt have completely disappeared.
I don't give a damn what you think. You just produced this star witness who's made these allegations.
All in good time.
Listen, you either charge me, suspend me, or whatever, or I'm going to walk out of this room and nobody is going to stop me, and I mean it.
Well, I can't help you any more than that. I saw nobody else near the car. I saw nothing suspicious. Would either of you like a drink?
Then we'll go over it again.
But there's no point. I've told you everything I can remember.
One of our people has died through a terrorist attack. I'm sure you don't mind refreshing your memory.
But if there was
There are no
buts.
Sorry, Frank. You leave me no alternative. Let's go and get it over and done with.
Hello, Nancy. It is Nancy, isn't it?
I told him to move the car or I'd have it towed away. Now, what else could I do?
You could have left him alone.
And what difference would that have made?
Keeley's life. We had information of a terrorist attack. All personnel were warned. A message was left for him at his sister's house. If you had allowed him to go back there, he'd still be alive.
You can't be sure of that.
Keeley would have got the message. He'd have followed a standard security procedure. He'd have had the car checked before getting into it.
That procedure would most certainly have saved his life.
You cannot know that.
I know this. Keeley was over here, not by choice, but because he was just one of many of our young servicemen doing a job. Protecting you, Brits, and your European neighbors from possible Soviet aggression. Through your bloody mindedness, he's no longer with us. I hope his death is engraved on your conscience for the rest of your life.
Come on, this way. Quick, follow me.
Oh, come on! Come on!
Come on, this way. Down here! In that taxi, move on! Sorry, sweetheart, urgent, get in! Move it now!
In the absence of the commander, I have no alternative but to ask you for your warrant card.
This is ridiculous.
And suspend you from duty.
Sir, I haven't done anything wrong. This man has framed me because he wrongly believes I copped some money from a job of his years ago.
Brownlow? Yes, come in.
Don't you see, sir? This is going to affect my chances of promotion. I mean, those on the top floor are going to believe there's no smoke without fire. And then this man will have achieved what he set out to do.
Come in.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the intrusion. Which men threatened you?
What threats?
He said my husband wouldn't get parole unless I helped him set up Inspector Burnside.
Is this true?
I deny the allegation.
And guess who put him up to it?
I am going to call the yard and get them to set up an inquiry to investigate this matter.
Always got someone else to do the dirty for you, didn't you, Alan?
They'll get you one day, Frank. It's only a question of time, but they'll have you.
They'll have to be a damn sight cleverer than you, pal.
This way, Mr. Radford. No wonder crime's going through the roof when all you lot do is hassle Joe Public, especially on a Sunday.
Well, like I said, it's Auto Crime Week.
Auto Crime Week. So why ain't you out nicking auto criminals?
It's Joe Public who keep the criminals in business, Mr. Radford. You kill the market, you kill the crime. Do have a seat.
Oh, look, another car radio. Attempted handling?
Attempted handling.
You gotta be joking.
300 quid radio and a clapped-out Ford Escort worth 50. You gotta be joking.
But if you ain't got a loser, you can't prove it was Nick, can you?
Just give the custody officer your name and address, please.
Yorkie. You all right, mate? All right, mate. Going to the match?
Yeah.
Ah, me too.
All the time again?
Oh, come on. It's the only opportunity I'll get, isn't it? Tell you what, I'll see you there, perhaps.
Well, if you do, Reg, don't phone me, mate.
All right.
What's the score then, Yorkie?
10-0.
For the Blues, of course.
Don't be silly.
You could never tell in the cup, mate, and you all ain't that special.
10-0.
Oh, better class of hooligan today, though, eh?
All right, so you don't wish to consult a solicitor, Mr. Radford?
What do I need a solicitor for? You've got no case.
Even if you don't want one, will you just sign there, please, just to say that I've offered you your rights? They can keep these for reference.
Paperwork. You're worse than civil service.
Shall we continue this discussion elsewhere, Mr. Radford? Interview room okay?
Sure.
Bring the radio when you see.
Cup of coffee'd be nice, that all. Faffing about. I was going to football this afternoon, you know.
Plenty of time, Mr. Radford. Just say, yes, Governor, I bought a stolen radio. You'll be bailed out of here in 10 seconds flat. You might even go to church.
The last time this really got any football overtime, Bobby Charlton still had hair.
Did you as well, Tam?
Oh, very funny there. It's the SO squad who cop every single time.
The what?
The SO squad. Every Saturday and Sunday off. Well, one approaches.
Hey, you all right, lads?
They sit in out of the rain all week, and then suddenly at weekends out they come, mopper.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you're complaining. You don't even like football. I mean, West Ham are down the Arsenal this afternoon. Where am I? Watching a load of bleeding Jesses.
Ah, no, you won't be watching nothing, mate. The governor over there makes you keep your back to the pitch for the whole 90 minutes.
I just have to swap obscenities with Yorkie Smith all afternoon then.
You're Nick Counts.
Oh, you little worm. All right.
All right, mate. Be better when I've had a pint.
Halves only, Glenn's orders.
Half a log of them, please, love. That Paul, Sally?
Just Stewart, Glenn's cousin. Making a guest appearance for us today.
All right, mate.
All right. Live in Manchester. Don't get down here too often.
Did some tasty work against Man United, though. Find us a table. We're going to get inundated with proles. Iris.
This seat taken, mate.
See you later.
Thanks a lot, pal. So what do you do in Manchester then, when you're not kicking United heads in?
I'm at university, reading physics.
Oh, yeah?
You sound like you're helping points north yourself.
Yeah, Sheffield, mate. There's no work up there, though. I've had to come down here.
Oh, very little bit. What do you do then?
Ceiling fixer.
Yeah.
You know, factories, shops and that. Good money.
I reckon on 20,000 today.
Yeah, one of them will be home supporter. There's no sports in that, isn't there?
Don't worry, we'll find some ceilings for you to fix. It's always the old bill anyway. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
There is no way you can prove that the guy who sold me that radio wasn't its owner. Or that he wasn't so skint he was looking to sell it for any price, even 40 quid.
So you just didn't notice that the serial numbers had been painted out?
No.
Mr. Radford, do you lock your car when leaving it unattended?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't want it nicked.
So you are aware that theft of and from cars does happen a lot?
So?
It's one of the commonest crimes in London, as a matter of fact. And yet, when a complete stranger offers you a £300 radio at a knockdown price, it never occurs to you. What?
Sorry, Ted, you got a sec?
12:05 interview interrupted by custody officer. Well?
Radford's solicitor's here.
Solicitor? He didn't ask for one.
Well, his wife apparently got on the phone as soon as you nicked him.
Tough. Alec, he signed the custody record to say he didn't want a solicitor, so he doesn't get a solicitor until he tells us he's changed his mind. All right?
But he might do if he knows the guy's here, mightn't he?
We are not obliged to tell that cocky slag anything of the sort. We've given him the chance, he's declined. The next move is up to him. Pace says so.
So what am I to tell his solicitor?
That is up to you, mate. You're the custody officer. Who is it anyway? Anyone we know?
James.
Tell him to get stuffed. Right then, Mr. Radford. Where were we?
Yeah, the lovely pine chickens.
Yeah, it used to be civilised, you know, not a five-star hotel. Now,
Civilised section have you have got to be joking.
it's not that when he's tart on one side, banging away all night. A rookie from Bethnal Green opposite who must have a degree in door stemming. On the other side, I got Smith with his ghetto blaster. How that bloke got in the job, I'll never know.
But Yorkie?
Yeah.
He's an ideal copper. A well-behaved slob.
It was brilliant last time at Old Trafford. We got in amongst them at the Stretford end. Beautiful. 3:25, some of our proles started up the diversion. 3:30, absolute mayhem. We'd done about 20 of them before they realised what was happening. Then out and away. Poor old Plod was nowhere to be seen. It was so clinical, so clean. The SAS couldn't have done any better.
Yeah, but this poxy closed-circuit television's ruining the in-ground entertainment, innit? Last week, a couple of my mates got pulled at Hillsborough because they got spotted on the screen.
We'll find a way around that before long. But that's half the fun of it. New tactics, the challenge.
Time we meeting Glenn?
Well, now, really. You're privileged. Briefing's at his new flat. He's just moved. You set, Cass?
Cheers, mate.
Anyway, if you don't like living in a section house, why don't you move out? Get yourself a house or a flat.
No, that's all every copper thinks about nowadays, isn't it? Moving out, living as far away from the job as possible. And to me, that's all wrong, see? This ain't a job for commuters. We should be part of the community we serve.
Oh, what a load of cobblers, Reg. The only reason you stay in the section house is to live as cheaply as possible. You know he salts all his money away in foreign real estate.
You what?
It's true. He showed me the brochure.
One small apartment.
One small apartment. Come on. You own more property in Spain than the Catholic Church.
Just one small apartment in Torremolinos.
Torremolinos?
Welcome.
All right.
Come through.
All right, come.
Yeah. The others are already here. All right, Tone?
Ready for anything, Glenn, mate?
Great.
Stu said you've just moved in, eh?
Yeah, much more salubrious neighbourhood. Thought it was time we had a trophy room, being the number ones in London.
Yeah!
Your first view of our battle honours, Tone, what do you reckon?
Very impressive.
Anything there you fancy?
How do you mean?
Well, you've done well with the proles, mate. That's why you're here. But I've never seen you use a weapon.
Don't need one, mate. Can look after myself.
Everyone in the unit goes into action armed.
Right.
Arsenal knife, Newcastle chain, Birmingham cosh, all taken from the fallen. As long as it comes back with a bit more blood on it, you can borrow what you like.
Come on, make it a bit smartish. Yes, it is damn cold. Right, good afternoon and welcome. Inspector Goodall, Don Barnes, Home Official.
Old Bill's obviously going to be very heavy in and around the ground, the tube station and the high road. Our sport in relation to home aficionados is going to be over this side, i.e. the northwest, picking off the unwary. And we can also indulge in a little voyeurism as the proles get stuck into each other along the way.
My chief inspector's decided it's logistically better if we brief you in groups today. So for a start, here are a few pictures of some of the less desirable visiting supporters if you'd pass them round. And we don't muck about today, right? If anyone's the slightest bit out of order, they're nicked.
But the main feature this afternoon, gentlemen, takes place well away from the ground. Somewhere here, to the south of the tube station. Because word has reached me that a large band of scum are planning to detrain here, trek south masquerading as home supporters, and gate-crash the party. The game, as far as we're concerned, is simple. We intercept the slags and cut them up.
Yeah!
Let's go and eat. No more booze.
Sunhill officers, visitors' turnstiles. And we want a proper search of each likely lad. Make sure you look down their necks. Any problems, shout for help. You'll have full support from dog teams, a mounted branch, plus a territorial support unit. Any questions?
What's under the Marines' land?
Right. Go and get your pie and chips.
Thank God for that. I'm starving.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, well, come on, otherwise we might not get any scoff, eh?
Right.
All right, big.
Brilliant.
Great.
I'm just going for a leak, Glenn. Come on.
All right.
Here. Can you get some pepper?
So just to recap, Mr. Radford, what you're saying is that you were in a pub, the name of which you can't remember, you bought a 40-quid radio, which you didn't hear working, from a man you do not know, without suspecting that it was stolen, right?
If you like. Yeah, you still can't prove it was stolen.
I don't have to. It doesn't matter whether it was stolen or not. The charge isn't handling, Mr. Radford, it's attempted handling. All I need to prove is knowledge or belief, and given the suspicious means of acquisition which you've described, you would have to be from another planet not to believe that this radio was stolen. No jury or magistrate will think differently. So up yours. Yes!
Excuse me, Ted, got a call in from Yorkie Smith. I've had it put through to the duty sergeant's office.
Take him down to the charge room. His solicitor is waiting for him.
Right, sir. Come on, Radford.
Roach.
Sarge, it's Yorkie Smith. I've hit the jackpot. I've been to Phelps's place. It's got a ruddy war museum.
There?
Yeah. It's got press cuttings, battle plans, weapons, the lot. And it's on our patch. He's just moved in. It's 112A Garforth Road. It's a ground floor flat. He's holding a big housewarming tonight. So if we give it a spin after the match, I think we'll bag the whole unit.
That'd be good. You pulling out now?
No, I can't. They twig.
Yeah, well, watch out for yourself. What's on the agenda?
Well, we're not going to the match. We're going up to the tube station to do battle with some headbangers. But, Sarge, I've not seen any of our spotters yet. Can you put the message through?
Righto.
Yorkie, go easy. Yeah, will do. I'll see you later, Sarge.
What's happening?
Put that through to the CAD room. I've got to see about a search warrant. Yorkie's found the house.
Go downstairs for a time. Bogs are just round there.
Oh, I didn't see them.
That was a long PJ.
Turning something bigger, didn't it?
You're cold by now.
Yeah, no problem then.
Tragic, really, isn't it?
Well, I did warn you. I told you we might not get a seat.
No, that's not here. Fences, barbed wire, dogs, TSG, all for a football match.
Oh, yeah, well, your vandals and your hoolies are the natural end product of the permissive society, aren't they? Up yours, mate. I'll do what I like.
Must have been great back in the 50s, though. Packed crowds everywhere. People out just to enjoy the game. No aggro. There were 2 coppers on duty instead of an army.
Yeah, well, don't knock it, mate. I mean, it's all money in our pockets, isn't it?
In your pockets, you mean?
Do you know what really gets me? Is that half of them aren't interested in the game. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they were football fanatics or morons, but they're not. It's just organised violence for fun.
Haven't left your little toy behind, have you, Tom?
No, Glenn, mate. Safe in here.
Haven't seen one named Kazoo before. Close up. I'm looking forward to it.
Inside leg, love?
Sorry, you can't take this.
Why not? It's not alcoholic.
You could hurt someone if you threw it unopened.
I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to drink it.
Well, drink it now, then. Or buy a drink in a plastic cup when you get inside. You're out of the way. You're old enough to kill.
Hold on.
Right.
Okay.
Arrived. 2 streets away. You cut across through there.
How many?
25 odd.
You're going to bring us some DIY before the kick-off, were you? I hope you bought some crochet because you're nicked.
quiet there now, but apparently the battle lines are being drawn up.
Could you state the location, over?
In the vicinity of Wishart Lane and Pope Road, at the junction near the underground station.
Some backup might be useful if it's a crowd.
Yeah, will do, Jimbo. Be a bit sharpish if you can, though.
Bill's a bit swift. Why'd they ever carry her up here? Luck, I suppose. Or a tip-off. Tip-off? Oh, boy. I mean, no one knew to the briefing, and we've all been together since. Yeah. Except during Tone's mega-pee at the restaurant. You never did take that knuckle job out of your pocket, did you, Tone? You saying he's tipped him off?
Leave it out. The scumbags did this to me.
If someone's grass, Tone, it's got to be you. What's your side of it? Get him in!
All systems go, Gov. Yeah, one search warrant. We're going to be party poopers. Any more from Smith?
No.
Where's Carver?
Have you got a phone, love?
Police! Drive!
Do your seatbelt up, man, you'll get me nicked.
No need to panic, you know, they're open all day. Here you go, sir. What's your window, sir?
It's 112A Garforth Road. You're to rendezvous with DS Roach at the corner of Regis Street. Over.
No, 8-5. If the traffic's heavy, you'll never make it in time. Out.
From all accounts, the gentleman won't be too pleased to see you, so be prepared.
How did West Ham get on then?
They lost 3-0.
Well, you were better off here anyway then, weren't you?
Did anyone see Yorkie Smith?
No, on the side. Yeah, he probably skived off knowing him.
Police, open up. Hit it. All right, lads.
Very wise, gentlemen.
runs in the 85th minute. As an added bonus, United chairman Sir John Kilsborough's hopes for a trouble-free Saturday did come true. Though there were 1 or 2 arrests at the turnstiles, the match passed without incident. Turning northwards now to Hunslet Road.